Live from the St. Clair College Sportsplex in Windsor, Ontario, it's OCAA women's basketball action here on We Digital Productions. Tonight, it's the Lambton Lions, 9-5 against the St. Clair Saints, 10-3. Good evening, I'm Aaron Sanders alongside with Royal Church as we're glad to bring you tonight's game. Royal, how do you see this game going tonight?
Well, it's one of those things it's a very close rivalry, Aaron, over the years. There's been a lot of competition between the two teams, and it's always going to be a good game, no matter who the players are.
And taking a look at the stats for the Lambton Lions first, they have a 9-5 record, and it's an interesting way how they got to 9-5, Royal.
Absolutely. They started off with a bang, won first 5 in a row, had high expectations. Everyone was saying what a really nice team they were and how they were going to challenge for the OCAA West Division. But then they kind of ran into a juggernaut and dropped their next 4, Aaron. Mm-hmm. And you don't see that very often, that, losing that many and before that, winning that many. But in the last 5 games, they've gone 4-1. They seem to be back on track, and things are going well for the Lions.
Absolutely. And for the St. Clair Saints, however, they have a 10-3 record as you take a look at the stats on the string. What's interesting, Royal, is the fact that you say that they are an offensive juggernaut, but look, averaging almost 70 points per game.
Yeah, that's surprising to me. It tells me that St. Clair hasn't been scoring a lot of points on the weaker teams. Mm-hmm. Like they're playing their substitute players and they're not running scores up because they have so many ways to score. And I think you would agree, so many gifted offensive players.
Absolutely, plenty of them in this team. That's why they have a 10-3 record. So that sets the stage for you between the Lambton Lions and the St. Clair Saints. When we return, I'll have JP Justin Prince join me on the call live here from the Sportsplex. You're watching OCAA Women's Basketball on We Digital Productions.
Hey, Herman Moore here, Detroit Lions legend and 4-time Pro Bowl player. Hey, get your tickets and join me for the 15th Annual Westby Awards on Tuesday, March 10th at the Caboto Club.
The 15th Annual Westby Awards are brought to you in part by Unifor Local 444, Lucier Glove and Safety, Hotham Building Materials, AM 800 CKLW, and We Digital Productions. On-Time Express has all of your delivery needs covered with a fleet of 50 vehicles, including cargo and sprinter vans, along with 24-foot straight trucks. It doesn't matter if the freight is big or small. Mont's On-Time Express can guarantee safe and prompt delivery service throughout Canada and the United States. Licensed to broker freight throughout North America, Mont's On-Time Express features same-day delivery service, along with a state-of-the-art dispatching system and live GPS tracking assistance. Mont's is fully insured and Canadian bonded and has certifications with FAST, CTAT, PIP, and SmartWay. Mont's On-Time Express is open 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. To get your delivery moving, contact Mont's On-Time Express at www.montsontime.ca or call toll-free at 877-250-8282.
Are you passionate about a particular sport? Would you like to combine it with your education? Are you thinking about a career in one of the many rewarding construction-related trades? Do you love subjects like science, technology, engineering, or math? Take a look at the academies of the Windsor-Essex Catholic District School Board. You'll be glad you did. And years from now, you'll look back on your high school days as the best times of your life. The Academies of the Windsor-Essex Catholic District School Board. We're with you all the way.
Hi, I'm DJ Smith, head coach of the Ottawa Senators. For the best in local sports coverage, We Digital.
Here, it's about you, your passion, your skills, stepping up to the challenge. It's here where we rise above, soar to our full potential, and where we become work ready. St. Clair College, it's time to take flight. Rise above the ordinary.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex in Windsor, Ontario for tonight's coverage of OCAA women's basketball between the Lambton Lions and the St. Clair Saints on We Digital Productions. I'm Justin Prince, alongside Ms. Aaron Sarens in the Months on Time broadcast booth as we get all set to go for starting lineups for what should be a very fun and very interesting rivalry matchup tonight, Aaron.
You betcha, and when I keep on hearing about the Lambton Lions, JP, they get better and better every year. But this is going to be an interesting challenge for St. Clair to see if they're able to pick up and go 2-0 in the season series here tonight.
Both teams getting their starting lineups all set to go for tonight's action, as we will expect to see what should be some talent in play and should be a challenging matchup for both sides to try and come over with the W tonight. Take a look as introductions take place here at the Sportsplex. St. Clair currently introducing their players and bring them out of the players' tunnel. And the Saints coming into tonight, though, one of the top teams in the province, Aaron.
That's right, a 10-3 record, winners of their last 2 games, and they have a 6-1 record here, so safe to say home court advantage has been pretty nice to them. Unfortunately, a couple of weeks ago, we saw them fall to the Fanshawe Falcons, but they were able to capitalize on the road.
Here's your starting lineups for tonight for the 9-5 Lions. It's Brianna Pretty starting alongside Taya Spears, as Cassidy Crow starts alongside Morgan Wag, and rounding out the starting lineup, Eku Enion. For the St. Clair Saints, it's Anna Yolichny and Logan Casera, along with Janet Casera. Nora Bazzi and Nicole Tam round out the starting 5 for the 10-3 St. Clair Saints. Both teams just about set to tip things off for tonight. The officials for the season's game, Mary Rondo, Matt Goebel, and Tim Cook, were underway for Windsor, Ontario. First shot up and good to start the night. Janica Sarah starting things off quickly here, Aaron.
And she read the defense very well, and she was able to pull up from the top of the key.
Battle for the ball, picked up for the rebound. Here comes St. Clair. Bazzi leads it up, slows down the opportunity. Yolichny moves it down to Janica Sarah. Janica Sarah outside to Logan. Logan drives it in, 12 on the shot clock, can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Lions. One of the main things for the Lions, they like to push the tempo early. No good on the first attempt. Second chance opportunity, misses as well. Rebound picked up Yolichny. Just approaching a minute into the first quarter as the Lions strip the ball away from Janica Sarah on the drive.
And Janica Sarah didn't pay attention based off that penetration, and this is one of the key players you want to look out for tonight, JP. Cassidy Crow, number 15. She picked up the steal, and now she got it taken away herself.
Janica Sarah leads the fast break. Can't get it to drop, however. Slow start offensively for both sides. And the first foul of the game called Logan Casera. That time on the defense. Let's take a look at the key player to watch for the Lions tonight. Brianna Purdy coming into tonight, averaging just under 15 points per game, 49% shooting, 70.9% for the line as well, Aaron.
Absolutely. This is the first year guard taking the child and youth care course over there. And for the field goal range, she's tied at 8th in the OCAA, 49% from the field.
Lions set up for the possession, 14 on the shot clock. Wang, pass back outside, picked up by Pretty. Pretty, pass to the Saints bench for the turnover with 6 on the shot clock. 2-0 your score in the first 90 seconds of play. Saints with the advantage. Yolichny. Working with Janica Sarah. Janica Sarah moves it along. Norbazi runs the play up on the top. Pulls for the contested jump shot. Misses off the back rim. Fresh 14 for St. Clair. Intercepted on the cross-court pass.
And Annie Yoon just came right down near the paint and just took the ball away. Just a good read from her.
Inside, battle for the basketball, stripped away by St. Clair. Looking, Sarah loses it, picked up by Tam, however, to lead up the fast break. Just past 2 minutes into the first quarter here on We Digital Productions. St. Clair leads 2-0. Make it 4-0 on the jump shot.
Anytime you get Anna Olichny open for the shot, that's going to create some issues because she can shoot it in the mid-range and also from downtown.
Indeed, 14 on the shot clock for the Lions at the moment. Crow puts it up, misses, no good. Ball kept alive, however, strike to Bazzi. Taken up by Janica Sarah. Janica Sarah out to Olichny. Back up to the top. Wide open space for Bazzi, just inside the arc, gets it a drop.
And St. Clair is just using the mid-range game to their advantage. Just great ball movement, and it just leaves Lambton to sag right down on the weak side defense. 6-0 St. Clair.
Quick shot, no good. Picked up once again by St. Clair in a very slow start offensively for the Lions. They had the same situation in their last game as the whistle's blown on the court against Fanshawe. Let's take a look, though, at your key player to watch for St. Clair tonight, Logan Casera, Aaron.
And almost 17.7 points per game. That's 10th in the league, JP, along with 7 rebounds and change. And she ended up with 12 points and 8 rebounds in her last game against Niagara, which was a 32-point decision.
6-0 is your score early. No good on the shot on the quick attempt by Spears. Taken up now by St. Clair. Approaching 4 minutes into the first quarter. Tam on to Yolichny. Gets the screen, pulls up from 3. Yes, she's got it.
And Lambton not finding answers in the mid-range for St. Clair.
And Yolichny, a 33% shooter this season, makes that shot. 2 shots no good for the Lions. They make the third opportunity, though, to get on the board.
It took them more than 3 minutes to do that, but keep in mind, when it comes to the paint, it's the most dangerous spot when it comes to second or third chance opportunities, and Lambton was able to use that to their advantage.
Up again for the long bomb shot, yes. A 12-2 run to start for St. Clair. Cassidy Crow had the last bucket for Lambton. They try and get themselves a bucket once more from deep. Air ball down of bounds. St. Clair possession. Substitutions coming into the ball game. Kelly Chauvin coming in for St. Clair for the Lions. They look to bring in Alessia Mari. Or more, I should rather say. Approaching halfway to go to the first quarter. Down low, Logan Casera drives it in, gets it in.
And you saw Lambton switch up their defense right there, JP. Had 3 people come up down to the top of the key, but it did not mean anything to St. Clair as they penetrated right to the basket.
Tie up in a jump ball situation. Possession stays Lambton. 14-2 your score, 5:27 to go in the first quarter. Just 1 total personal foul in the frame so far. Inbounded straight outside. Battle down low in the post, draws a whistle. That time Crow was battling with a member of the Saints. Foul goes against Yolichny. First personal, second team foul. Ten on the shot clock for the Lions. Moved around the outside, back down low. Crow can't get it a drop. Second chance, draws the whistle. She'll go to the line to shoot for 2.
And Crow's momentum enabled her to pick up the contact. When it comes to second chance opportunities, JP, you have to expect the muscle and the power from your opposition. So you use that against them, and you're able to draw the contact. Therefore, she's off to the line.
Last game for the Lions, 21 points, 7 steals, 8 rebounds. Their matchup against the Fanshawe Falcons, they dropped that game 72-61. That time, Crow picks up her own miss on the second free throw. 7 on the shot clock. Again draws the bunny ears. Crow going back to the stripe for more free throws.
And it's one of those ways you get back to the game, JP. They realized that St. Clair was going to triple team them, as we see Cassidy Crow being outpowered off that triple team. But it works out for her because she gets sent to the line to shoot a pair of free throws.
Crow misses the free throw, still a 14-2 score approaching halfway to the quarter. Take a look at the coaching staff watching along as she makes now 1 for 4 on the night so far. St. Clair with a 14-3 run in the first half of the quarter, making a 16-3 run on the bucket.
That's just a nice move from Chauvin to be able to outwit them with the footwork and go inside and put it off the glass for 2 more points.
Moved on the outside, cutting back inside. Tompkins on the defense. No good the shot. Picked up by Logan Casera. Casera intercepted on the pass by Crow. Crow pass back outside. Wag for 3 off the front rim. Ball goes off of St. Clair. Lambton basketball.
Good play for Crow to keep the ball in bounds.
Couple more substitutions coming into the game. Kaluta Ahmad, Norbazi onto the floor for St. Clair. Should take a look at the last play.
You see Kaylee Chauvin had everything going on her right side, so she was able to go right in and score the easy bucket.
Long shot for the Lions, good. Hennigan with the triple. 10-point lead still for St. Clair. And it looks like Lambton is trying to react with pressure defense on the outside. That time it forces the turnover, Aaron.
And keep in mind, that was something they missed in the first 2 minutes of play, which allows St. Clair to get on a scoring run, and now a foul is called on the other end.
Crow that time draws the whistle. Free throw attempts 5 and 6 coming up after this drive.
This is coming up on the transition. Cassidy Crow going right over Bazzi, and Kaluta Ahmad was just right there to pick up the foul.
Crow, a business accounting major, came into tonight averaging 60% for the free throw line. As a team, 61.1%. Aaron, that is 11th in the OCAA.
And we seen earlier in the game, JP, Lambton not capitalizing on the free throw opportunities. Goes, however, but they have to be aware, if you're going to go in and drive for the contact, you have to finish strong.
Bazzi now with a foul. Tompkins with a personal foul. St. Clair now over the limit. 5 personal fouls already in the first quarter as the ball was tapped out of bounds. 14 still on the shot clock.
So we're seeing Lambton's defense come alive, JP, and I think ever since they put on the 3-2 defense on St. Clair, they have been waking up and they have been capitalizing on transition plays.
Tompkins,
well, how about
the
that?
deflection gets it in.
Either way, 2 points is 2 points.
And that is something I don't think we've seen in a while, to say the very least. Lions, meanwhile, look to get a bucket of their own. Down low, no good the shot by Crow. Taken up by St. Clair, approaching 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bazzi lined up with Jenica Sarah Tompkins. Ahmad running on the 5 is Tam. Tam down low with a post, misses. Ahmad picks it up for the second chance. Kick back to Bazzi. 12 on the shot clock as she misses on the right side of the rim. Rebound that time picked up by Brianna Pretty. Pretty sizes up, pulls up from beyond the arc, just off the back rim. Fresh 14 on the rebound, picked up by Moore. Down low, goes off the side of the backboard. Tam stripped away after the rebound, stays St. Clair possession.
Good decision from Brianna Pretty to recover off the rebound, JP. We'll have another look at the last possession from St. Clair. It's just the ball movement will get you every time, and Kirsten Tompkins was able to put it up, but Enyun had her hands up, and it just deflected right into the basket.
Shot no good, picked up by the Lions once more as they push it up the tempo. Swung around the outside. 14 on the shot clock. Wag. Down low, underneath the basket, draws the whistle for 2 free throws. Norbazi on the defense that time.
And Lambton's doing a real good job just getting close to the basket in any chances they can, whether if it's passes or just cutting right inside. They keep on going to the free throw line, and this is one of the main reasons.
Norbazi now with 2 personal fouls. You'll see the reason why just after the pass.
And Norbazi had no choice but to commit on Maury. And she has 2 fouls now.
Logan Casera, Ani Olichny now back on the floor with Tam, Janica Serra. Running at the 5 is Tompkins. Swung correctly to the corner. Out to Olichny. Calling forward is Tam in the low post. Finding space for Janica Serra from deep. Yeah, she's got it. An electrifying start for the 9th best points per game offense in the OCAA.
And Lambton did not commit on the side defensively, but on the other end, they were able to draw another foul. And this is what's keeping them in this game, JP. Drawing the fouls and going to the free throw line. The question is, can they convert both?
And you see right there, Janica Serra finding an opening, the defense shuffling away that time to set up the corner 3.
And she was able to create just enough separation to be relaxed at the corner 3 and knock it down.
Janica Serra with the personal 5 points as well, though, in the 9th. St. Clair is already over the limit with under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Olichny give it to Logan Casera. Here comes the pressure from the Lions once more. Moved along to Tompkins. Janica Serra back to Tompkins. This time for 3 off the front rim. Janica Serra's second chance. Bank it home.
And usually it's Kirsten Tompkins getting the rebounds, but Casera was just right down low to get through everybody and finish it off.
Janica Serra still averaging just under 5 rebounds a game coming into tonight. Lions, meanwhile, slow down the tempo of this possession. Moved along to the near side, to the corner, outside for 3. She's got it, Wang.
How about that release from Wag? Had no choice but to put it up. She was calm, cool, and collected.
And for Lambton, just their first personal on this possession.
Look at that shot from Morgan Wag. All by herself, down in the corner. And I'm seeing in this early stages of the game, JP, both of these clubs are relying on the corner 3s instead of going right at the center. So they realize the closer they are to the basket, much better chances they'll have.
Purdy had the personal foul on the last play. Tam drives in. Go to the line for the first time tonight for free throws after the contact of the arm. Foul that time goes against, it's Bigra, pardon me. But for Tam, been pretty impressive so far since the return to the St. Clair roster. 11 points per game, 7.3 rebounds entering tonight, Aaron.
And she ended up with 18.6 rebounds, 4 assists, and change in the win against Niagara the other week ago.
5th-year player, had played for the Saints in 2015 through 17. Now, the lead is up to 10 with under a minute to play in the first quarter. 13 on the shot clock for the Lions. Out of the double team, swung back around to Wag again for 3. This time too long. Tam picks up the rebound. 4-second difference shot clock and game clock. Janica Serra kicks it to Logan Casera for 3. Misses to the left. Shot clock is off for the Lions. Potentially the last possession of the quarter. They want the quick shot. They get it to drop.
And it's been working for them too, JP. Not only the quick shots, but being able to work in transition. Shot clock winding down.
3 seconds to go in the quarter. Janica Serra at the buzzer. Can't get it to drop. But after 10 minutes of play, the St. Clair Saints lead 24-16 over the Lambton Lions. When we come back, we'll have the start of your second quarter action. You're watching Wheat Digital Productions live from the St. Clair College Sportsplex.
Hey, Herman Moore here, Detroit Lions legend and 4-time Pro Bowl player. Hey, get your tickets and join me for the 15th annual Westby Awards on Tuesday, March 10th at the Caboto Club.
The 15th Annual Westby Awards are brought to you in part by Unifor Local 444, Lucier Glove and Safety, Hotham Building Materials, AM 800 CKLW, and We Digital Productions. Express has all of your delivery needs covered with a fleet of 50 vehicles, including cargo and sprinter vans, along with 24-foot straight trucks. It doesn't matter if the freight is big or small. Mont's On Time Express can guarantee safe and prompt delivery service throughout Canada and the United States. Licensed to broker freight throughout North America, Mont's On Time Express features same-day delivery service, along with a state-of-the-art dispatching system and live GPS tracking assistance. Mont's is fully insured and Canadian bonded and has certifications with FAST, CTAT, PIP, and SmartWay. Mont's On Time Express is open 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. To get your delivery moving, contact Mont's On Time Express at www.montsontime.ca or call toll-free at 877-250-8282.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the St. Clair College Sportsplex in Windsor, Ontario for the start of the second quarter. 24-16 is your score for the Saints over the Lions. Justin Prince alongside Aaron Sanders of the Mont's On Time broadcast booth. Aaron, your thoughts of the first 10 minutes as St. Clair came guns a-blazing to start offensively?
Well, they started off real strong, but then Lambton was able to pick up from the slow defensive start they had. They relied on Cassidy Crow plenty of times, which one of their leading scorers, no question about it. They've been able to go to the line, but the problem is they haven't been able to convert as Tamp misses the shot and gets the second chance shot up in the air.
No good on both of those opportunities, but a 24-16 score to start. Lions with possession after the Saints miss. Crow sets up alongside the Saints bench. Pass back up to Wag. 6 on the shot clock. Wag spins over top door. Bozzi can't get it to drop. Rebound picked up for a fresh 14 by Lambton. Move back outside again for 3. Enion with the triple.
And it all happened because St. Clair did not keep their eye on the ball. They didn't go straight for the transition game. They stayed stagnant on defense.
Ball tipped around, stolen away by the Lions. Fast break led by Spears. Spears blocked by Tam. Ball goes out of bounds, stays Lambton possession. And already a substitution coming up for St. Clair. Tompkins coming in. And a barber share timeout called on the floor in the process as Coach Andy Kiss wants to discuss things. The lead down to just 5, Aaron, in this matchup.
And I'm just assuming it's because of the slow start defensively for St. Clair. Andy Kiss wanted that timeout because you don't keep your eye on the ball and just stay there. You have to follow it off the transition game.
Andy Kiss discussing things here. Let's take a look back, though, at the previous game between St. Clair and Lambton. It was in Sarnia, where the game was tied at 1 point, 46-all after the third before St. Clair came away with a W. Both the Caceres went off.
21 points each for them. Morgan Way was the leading scorer with 16 points, and Cassidy Crow just behind her with 15 points. So no question about it, we're seeing the top 2 scorers from the last game stepping up in this game so far, JP. It's Wag and Crow for the Lambton Lions. Meanwhile, St. Clair, on the other hand, they have to tighten things up defensively if they want to expand their lead more. Because remember, it was 12 points at the time. Now, it's shortened up to 5 points.
Indeed, both teams taking to the floor. And an interesting thing I've seen from the past few games when preparing for tonight's action was Lambton, in a lot of the most recent games, had slow first quarters, but then had good second quarters as St. Clair takes possession. Same thing, slow third quarter, good fourth quarter. Your thoughts on that?
Well, you know what, in the second quarter, they're right on track with that right now, but you have to play consistent basketball. You can't start off slow and allow teams to score 7 or 8 straight points, so you have to find some way to get back into it. Remember, they won the first 4, and then they lost 5 around there. So a winning streak and a losing streak. It goes to show they have to tighten things up before the championships.
Ball stolen away on the pass to Crow. Janica Serra with it. Just past 96 seconds into the second quarter. Logan Cassera up at the top, drives it into traffic. Called for the charge. Offensive foul, her second personal of the evening.
And again, the defense is paying off for the Lions as we see Cassera go right into Anion. It's just perfect position.
First team foul of the quarter. Remember, St. Clair within the bonus, or over the limit, I should rather say. for much of that first quarter. St. Clair already responding back with pressure for their defense. Stolen away by Jenica Serra. Kicked away to Tam on the drive. This time, contact isn't called an offensive foul. This time, Hennion on the defense with the whistle.
And a good response from St. Clair after the offensive foul. Give it to one of your biggest players out there. That's Nicole Tam. She's able to maneuver into the paint, whether if she's double teamed or she's by herself.
Tam makes the first of two. 25-19 to start things off here in Windsor for quarter number 2 on We Digital Productions. Justin Prince alongside Aaron Sanders of the Months on Time broadcast booth as both free throws are made. Lambton breaks to the press. We move back. Hennion back outside Wang. Hennion fakes the pass, gives it away back to Wang. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bazzi on the defense. Wank on the shot, no good. Second chance in traffic, doesn't drop either. Moved up quickly by St. Clair. Jenica Serra kicks it to Ulichny. Back to Jenica Serra, wide open for three. Can't draw iron. Taken back up by the Lions. Spears puts up the quick shot, yes.
And if it's not going to the line to shoot a pair of free throws, getting them back in this game, JP, it's just a transition game. What a move from Ulichny.
Indeed, and Jenica Serra can't get the layup to drop to finish the possession out. Spears leads the fast break. This time steps back off the back rim. Tam rips down the rebound. Tompkins brings it up. Lots of space up the floor, up at the top, Ulichny. Move back to Tam, resetting the play, St. Clair. Tam has it poked away, draws the reach in. And you see the reason why here, that time Crow on the defense.
And she was smothering Tam. It's just a good job defensively, but just too much contact.
Crow's first personal, second team foul of the second. Just past 3 minutes into said second. Jenica Serra off the back rim, no good. Taken back up by the Lions. Once again, pushing the tempo this time. Poked out of bounds. Stays Lambton possession with 20 on the shot clock. And their substitution coming in, Kaluta Mod in for Jenica Serra. Also coming back into the game is Wag. Wag will come in for Crow.
And Kaluta Mod's one of those players that are very strong on the defensive end, JP. So it's really good for Andy Kiss to put her on there, especially when the defense is slowing down.
Put up for the contested shot, no good. Second chance brought down by Bigra. Long shot, it's good.
And remember, it was a 12-point deficit in the first quarter, and Lambton is just one possession away of tying or taking their first lead of the evening.
Wag with 6 points on the night. Tam with the jump shot back.
And it's just automatic for her right down at the elbow. Lambton just sagged too far near the basket and it opened up a shot for Tam. What a block.
Tam with the right-handed block. Ball tapped out of bounds. Be inbounded down the sideline. Lambton possession.
And right there, Nicole Tam just committing onto that shot, and it worked out for her. And Bigra did not see that coming.
They flipped it back over to a St. Clair possession with about 4 minutes into the second quarter. Amon back to Tompkins. Tompkins poked away, resets it up at the top. Battle down low in the post. Tam moves over towards the far side to set up in the high post. Move to Ulichny. Ulichny has it poked away. Stays St. Clair goes the other direction, pardon me.
It's a shot clock violation, and Lambton did a pretty good job stepping up right near the key and smothering St. Clair with the defense.
Yeah, and the defense is getting better and better as the night's gone on, Aaron.
Remember, they allowed 7 straight points in the beginning stages of this game, and since then, Lambton has been stepping it up defensively. Now offensively, they're getting onto a scoring run.
Wang with 8 on the shot clock. The drive, projected by Bazzi. Bigra on the shot last time. Yelechny gives it off to Bossi, meanwhile, for the Saints' possession. Tam has it poked loose. Once again, ball goes to Lambton. 2 substitutions come into the process. Enion will come in along with Crow.
And this is slowly becoming a defensive game for both of these clubs, JP. St. Clair tightening things up. It's just perfect timing for them. They're getting the blocks, but Lambton, they've been smothering St. Clair regardless of how well their ball movement has been.
Still 14 on the shot clock for the Lions. Whistle called. And the Saints will have a round on the hold. They'll get possession. Offensive foul called, that time on Crow. Second personal, third team foul. Crow will come out of the ball game for the time being. Spears back onto the floor for Lambton.
And we can see a 1-4 defense has switched quickly to a 1-3-1 for Lambton.
Just past halfway through the second quarter here on We Digital Productions. Ahmad off the Tam. Back to Ahmad, 4 on the shot clock. Move back to Tam, 1 on the shot clock. Ahmad just barely gets it off. Fresh 14 for St. Clair on the Tompkins rebound. Tam gets it off the window. And a 6-point lead for St. Clair. The score's starting to go a bit back and forth. Lambton looking to make it once more. This time blocked back out of bounds. It goes for the inbound down the baseline.
It looked there that it was a foul on Tam with a lot of body on Anium, JP. I mean, St. Clair was lucky that they didn't get called for the foul, but again, Tam with her presence and the body and everything else.
Yeah. Cassera twins, though, back onto the floor here, and both of them have looked impressive so far. 7 points for Janet Cassera. Look, Cassera 2 points, but it's also been active on the steals for parts of the defense.
And again, this game's slowly becoming a defensive battle as Tam picks up the rebound.
Logan Cassera sets things up for St. Clair. Approaching 4 minutes to go in the first half. Janet Cassera. Single man coverage. Back and forth, Janet Cassera with the screen, back to Tam. Kick to Logan Cassera, 4 on the shot clock. Poked loose, dives for the basketball. Multiple whistles blow, and possession goes to Lambton.
And we're seeing the last look of the play. Just great active hands from Pretty to go one-on-one with Logan Cassera. And this is what happens when you display hustle. When you go right down for the ball, who knows, it either works in your favor or their favor. 3 goes off.
No good off the back rim. Second chance opportunity, no good either. Rebound picked up by Yelechny. Moved up to Tam on the quick pace. Down low, Ahmad, yes.
And that was off the back door as Khalid Ahmad was right behind. Everybody thought Nicole Tam was going to finish it off, but nope. Ahmad came right in and got the pass.
Jump shot no good from Pretty. Janica Serra pushes the tempo. Drives it straight in, gets rejected by Anion.
Well, I knew one way or another Anion was going to be effective outside of the charges and whatnot. And now she was able to get a block off of Janica Serra.
8-point advantage still for St. Clair, but it's gone back and forth. Today, Freckleton inbounds it straight to Yelechny, right under the cup.
And it was small ball all around. The only big right there is Nicole Tam, but leave it to Freckleton to find a nice look off the inbound.
6-0 run for St. Clair. They strip it away. Ahmad takes it back up. Move to Tam. Back over to Freckleton for the mid-range jump shot. Misses. Rebound poked around and picked up by Spears. Spears right over the head of Wag and out of bounds. St. Clair possession. More substitutions coming in. Tompkins back in for Ahmad.
Lambton's doing real well defensively, but on the offense, they have to execute more quickly and more, I guess, around down of the paint, JP.
Bigra also into the game for Lambton. Janica Serra drives it in. Passes back out to Freckleton. Freckleton down into traffic, stripped away. Moved up by Weg. Still 18 on the shot clock. Kick back outside for the long shot off the back rim. Rebound picked up once again by the Lions for a fresh 14 with 2 minutes to play in the half. Lambton leads by trails by 10. Move back around Pretty. 3 on the shot clock. Cuts it in. No good. Rebound picked up by Spears. Move back outside for Wake once more. This time out of bounds it goes for Saints possession. Timeout called, the first of the night by the Lambton Lions. That triggers the Barber's Share timeout. Lions want to discuss things, but things have been interesting in the OCAA West. Let's take a look at the standings as St. Clair enters tonight 10-3. Third in the OCAA, Lambton in P number 5 with a 9-5 record, Aaron.
And keep in mind, Lambton had started hot, JP. You look at their record, it's 9-5. They won their first 5 and then they lost their next 4, but they have been winners of 4 of their last 5. That's why Lambton's still hanging around in the top 5 in the Western Division. So you have to look out for them, and keep in mind, they know a thing or two of limiting St. Clair despite the 3-point deficit they suffered a few months back.
The Saints, mind you, third in the OCAA in the most recent rankings. Lambton Lions number 7 in those same rankings. 34-24 the score for St. Clair over the Lambton Lions. Justin Prince alongside Aaron Sanders of the Monson Time broadcast booth. Coach Kiss really animated in that huddle there, wanting to try and keep this advantage.
Absolutely, because he's seen plenty of times in this quarter the lead cutting down to just single digits. Is because of the transition from the Lambton Lions. They're able to use their depth, and for St. Clair on the other hand, they haven't been converting much on the buckets. So they have to find some way to work on both ends of the court as Tam knocks it down.
And the lead's back up to double digits, 36-24. Under 90 seconds of play in quarter number 2. On the floor for St. Clair, Janica Sarah Tompkins lined up as well with the whistle. Foul goes against Megan Zelina, lined up with Tam as well as Yelichny on the court.
And then right outside of your screen, it was Megan Zelina who overcommitted near the free throw line.
Quick personal foul, 13 foul. Down low, Wade. Move back out, 4 on the shot clock. Lambton needs to get it off. 24-second shot clock violation. And the ball will go back to St. Clair with 1:04 to go in the half. Yelichny moved to Janica Sarah. Moved over to Tam. Off to Yelichny. Outside, yes!
This is a good 1-2 punch as Tam connects it over to Yelichny.
Long 2 is the call to make it a 14-point advantage as the Lions go back outside. Seems to be trying to go outside in tonight. Wang moves it back along. Spears, kick back outside. The pump, the shot, the drain. Alicia Moore with the bucket as the shot clock is off for the first half. Zelina, ball poked away. Lambton takes possession. There's that smothering defense again, Aaron.
And that's one of the main reasons why Lambton has the advantage coming into halftime. Not with the lead, but looking at it in the points per quarter, Lambton has the advantage, and it's because of that smothering defense. Shot clock is off for the final 9 seconds.
Today, Freckleton on the court for these final 6 seconds for defense. Wang, contested 3, goes out of bounds. 1.7 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And St. Clair just drain out the clock. 38-26 is the score at halftime. You're watching We Digital Productions live from the St. Clair College Sportsplex in Windsor, Ontario. We're back with halftime coverage after these messages.
Hey, Herman Moore here, Detroit Lions legend and 4-time Pro Bowl player. Hey, get your tickets and join me for the 15th Annual Westby Awards on Tuesday, March 10th at the Caboto Club.
The 15th Annual Westby Awards are brought to you in part by Unifor Local 444, Lucier Glove and Safety, Hotham Building Materials, AM 800 CKLW, and We Digital Productions. On-Time Express has all of your delivery needs covered with a fleet of 50 vehicles, including cargo and sprinter vans, along with 24-foot straight trucks. It doesn't matter if the freight is big or small. Mont's On-Time Express can guarantee safe and prompt delivery service throughout Canada and the United States. Licensed to broker freight throughout North America, Mont's On-Time Express features same-day delivery service, along with a state-of-the-art dispatching system and live GPS tracking assistance. Mont's is fully insured and Canadian bonded and has certifications with FAST, CTAT, PIP, and SmartWay. Mont's On-Time Express is open 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. To get your delivery moving, contact Mont's On-Time Express at www.montsontime.ca or call toll-free at 877-250-8282.
Are you passionate about a particular sport? Would you like to combine it with your education? Are you thinking about a career in one of the many rewarding construction-related trades? Do you love subjects like science, technology, engineering, or math? Take a look at the academies of the Windsor-Essex Catholic District School Board. You'll be glad you did. And years from now, you'll look back on your high school days as the best times of your life. The academies of the Windsor-Essex Catholic District School Board. We're with you all the way.
Welcome back to the Mott's On Time Express broadcast booth here at the Sportsplex. The score of the halftime, the St. Clair Saints 38, the Lambton Lions 26. Standing by with me is the head coach of the Lambton Lions, Kendall Ross. And Kendall, it was a very slow start for you guys defensively. What did you guys do to tighten things up in the second quarter?
I just think it's about knowing your scout. I mean, when you come into St. Clair in their gym, they're going to shoot the ball well. They shoot the ball well anyway, most games. So we have to know our scout. We have to understand that. And I feel like we made some adjustments in the second quarter. We were a little bit too loose at the end of that second quarter, which is why they made a little run. But no, I'm happy with where we're at. It's just got to keep bringing effort.
A 9-5 record for you guys. You guys won the first 5 and then lost the next 4, but you're winners of 4 of the last 5 games. What adjustments did you guys make in the last couple of games that really got you into winning the last four games of 5?
I think that in general, you know, this is the time of year when your team should be playing best. You're getting close to the end of the season, and I think that's what's happening for us. I think those losses were really important for us. I want losses early in the season so that we can learn and get better. And I really feel like that's what has happened. And, you know, we worked really hard over the break on Christmas, and, you know, we've come back ready.
20 more minutes of basketball to go. What's going to be the key plans for the rest of the way?
It's just about effort. You have to play effort, possession after possession. Otherwise, you get beaten that possession.
All right, Kendall, thank you for your time, and good luck in the next 20 minutes.
Thank you.
Head coach of the Lambton Lions, Kendall Ross, joined me, and we'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back after this.
Hi, I'm DJ Smith, head coach of the Ottawa Senators. For the best in local sports coverage, We Digital.
Here, it's about you. Your passion, your skills, stepping up to the challenge. It's here where we rise above, soar to our full potential, and where we become work ready. St. Clair College. It's time to take flight. Rise above the ordinary.
Okay, we're back, and Amanda Milanis, the assistant coach of the St. Clair Saints, now joined me. And Amanda, you guys had a very hot start in the first quarter, but things started to slow down in the second quarter. Talk us through that second quarter and some of the takeaways.
Lambton just plays a lot of different defenses, so I just feel that we weren't ready, and then we started rushing, jacking threes. We weren't taking good shot selections, and also we were turning the ball over a bit there. So we just need to come back and play our game.
On the plus side, leading scorer for this evening's game is Nicole Tam and Anna Olichny with 9 points each. I saw that the def was added up in the second quarter with Nicole Tam. I mean, just talk about her play and how she's been able to get you guys back into a double-digit lead.
Yeah, she's playing really well for us. At the start there, she kind of got in her head a little bit, so she wasn't playing her game, but then she hit 2 foul shots and was focusing more when she was getting opportunities. So she really picked it up in the second quarter.
What can we expect in the second half?
Just better shot selection, more taking better shots, and just playing our game.
More powerful offense,
Yes.
It looks like. All right, Amanda, thank you for your time and good luck here in the second half.
Thank you very much.
Okay, 20 more minutes of action to played here, but Royal Church rejoined me after the break to break down the stats and facts of the first half. Stay where you are.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Why?
I want this to be perfect. I want to be inspired.
I want to be challenged. No matter the reason, our passion to learn brought us here.
Hey, Herman Moore here, Detroit Lions legend and 4-time Pro Bowl player. Hey, get your tickets and join me for the 15th Annual Westby Awards on Tuesday, March 10th at the Caboto Club.
The 15th Annual Westby Awards are brought to you in part by Unifor Local 444, Lucier Glove and Safety, Hotham Building Materials, AM 800 CKLW, and We Digital Productions. On-Time Express has all of your delivery needs covered with a fleet of 50 vehicles, including cargo and sprinter vans, along with 24-foot straight trucks. It doesn't matter if the freight is big or small. Mont's On-Time Express can guarantee safe and prompt delivery service throughout Canada and the United States. Licensed to broker freight throughout North America, Mont's On-Time Express features same-day delivery service, along with a state-of-the-art dispatching system and live GPS tracking assistance. Mont's is fully insured and Canadian bonded and has certifications with FAST, CTAT, PIP, and SmartWay. Mont's On-Time Express is open 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. To get your delivery moving, contact Mont's On-Time Express at www.montsontime.ca or call toll-free at 877-250-8282.
And here we are in the Mont On Time Express broadcast booth. Aaron Sanders now joined by the doctor of basketball, Royal Church. And Royal, it appears to me in the second half, things slowed down in the next 10 minutes. I thought it was a more defensive-minded game. What were your takeaways from that?
Yeah, I think, Aaron, you're absolutely right on there. And I think that's St. Clair would like to run. That's how they get a lot of their points, and that's how they like to play the game. But Lambton's pretty good that way. They're extremely well coached by Kendall, Ross, and they get back. They don't let you get scores in transition, Aaron. So you got to work for everything in the half-court offense.
Well, that's been the name of the game for the Lions, the transition game. They have some well-balanced scoring on their end, but the problem is they're only shooting 19% from the field. Something has to change in the next 20 minutes.
Absolutely. And you know, people say, well, we shot poorly. Well, you shot poorly because of the other team. It didn't just happen. So St. Clair's playing good defense. They're getting the hand up on the shot. They're defending the shot, and it puts a little more pressure on the shooter, and therefore they don't shoot quite as well. And the other thing is, if you hold Cassidy Crow to 5.5 points, you got a great chance to win the game, because she's the major factor in them scoring on offense.
And keep in mind, too, for the St. Clair Saints, Nicole Tam has been pretty much filling up the stat sheet. A near double-double for her. 10 points, 8 rebounds and change. She's been basically the outlet the St. Clair has been looking for since the game began.
What a great pickup, Aaron, at the break in January. Nicole Tam deciding to come back. Andy Kiss welcomed her into the St. Clair basketball family, and she's been coming along gradually, and this is the best I've seen her play. First of all, I coached her when she was a kid, and she was always a great passer. You'll notice she gets the ball and puts it up top of her head and turns, pivots, and looks for teammates. And she's just one of the best female passers I've ever seen in my coaching exploits. Along with that, now she's shooting the elbow jumper and taking the ball to the rim. So she's doing more things with her offensive game than she ever did before.
The name of the game has to be offense for the next 20 minutes, and that's the story for you at halftime. Royal, thank you for your time. We'll see you at the post-game show. At the half, it's the Saints 38 and the Lions 26. JP Justin Prince will rejoin me here in the Monson Time Express broadcast booth after you watch this.
Are you passionate about a particular sport? Would you like to combine it with your education? Are you thinking about a career in one of the many rewarding construction-related trades? Do you love subjects like science, technology, engineering, or math? Take a look at the academies of the Windsor-Essex Catholic District School Board. You'll be glad you did. And years from now, you'll look back on your high school days as the best times of your life. The academies of the Windsor-Essex Catholic District School Board. We're with you all the way.
Hi, I'm DJ Smith, head coach of the Ottawa Senators. For the best in local sports coverage, We Digital.
Here, it's about you. Your passion, your skills, stepping up to the challenge. It's here where we rise above, soar to our full potential, and where we become work ready. St. Clair College. It's time to take flight. Rise above the ordinary.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Windsor, Ontario for more coverage of OCAA women's basketball as the St. Clair Saints lead 38-26. As we get all set for the start of the second half, Justin Prince alongside Aaron Sanders and the Mons On Time broadcast booth. Aaron, it was an interesting first half in that St. Clair started with all of that momentum. Then the second quarter became all defense, just 24 combined points scored in the second frame.
And that's right. I saw that Lambton really stepped it up defensively. I thought regardless of how much they scored in the second quarter, they got the advantage right there in the next 10 minutes. They didn't go to the free throw line, which I thought was pretty interesting, but they had a lot of outlets to deal with in the second quarter. Well-balanced scoring from Akilo Agnon with 6 points, same with Morgan Wade with 6. as well. But honestly, I think on the defensive end, the key player for them has been Anion because she's been picking up the charges and the steals as well. And you got to credit that to the transition game as well. So as far as I'm concerned, the Lambton Lions has the advantage going into the second half.
Nicole Tam, though, you discussed it with Royal Church, having a stellar game so far. 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks. But the Lions start with the first possession of quarter number 3. Crow sets up the offense, pass down low, pretty. Up for the shot, no good. It's been a quiet night so far for Pretty. Just 2 points, 0 of 6 shooting, make it 0 of 7 as Bassi misses a shot of her own. Taken back up by the Lions.
It's been a quiet night for Nora Bazzi on the score sheet too, only 2 points. But this is where she picks up the momentum and her scoring abilities just around this third quarter.
Pretty gets the pick. 7 on the shot clock. Wade pulls up for the mid-range. Misses off the backboard. Janica Serra leads it up. Janica Serra lined up at Logan Casera, along with Anya Lechny, Norbazi, Nicole Tam, the 5. Foul called on the floor, this time against Wade.
Yeah, Morgan Wade had no choice but to tag her there because if she wasn't there, then Janica Serra would have had an easy look for a deuce.
Inbounded directly to Tam. Can't get the first attempt to go. Second time, inside traffic. Onto the floor she goes for the jump ball whistle. Possession arrow stays St. Clair with 12 on the shot clock.
Good for Annie Yoon to follow up on the ball off the rebound. There she is, rejecting Tam and just following through with the ball. Tam had no choice but to contain the ball, and the possession arrow worked in the Saints' favor.
Off of Ulichny goes that basketball on the missed shot. Lambton takes possession, sets up for the inbound. 1 minute into the third quarter here in Windsor. Justin Prince alongside Aaron Sanders with you on We Digital Productions. Saints have been led for a majority of the night so far. Crow hands the ball off, sizing it up. Spears. Moved on by Crow, off to Wade once more. 7 on the shot clock. Wade drives in, guarded by Tam. Finds Crow, can't get the lucky roll. Rebound picked up though by Lambton. Second chance, no good on the jump shot. Bazzi leads it back up for St. Clair. Tam pulls up for the shot, no good. Rebound picked up by Bazzi. Second chance opportunities have been key all night so far. As Tam gives it to Bazzi. Long shot, gets it off the glass. Long 2 for Nora Bazzi.
She did that when the shot clock was winding down, JP. She was the only open option from beyond the arc.
40-26 is your score in the third quarter. Just past 2 minutes into the frame. Logan Casera with the steal. Taken up by Tam. Yolichny. Give it off to Nora Bazzi. Inside the arc. This time can't get it a drop. Gets her on miss. Tam swings it to Janica Serra. Moved along to Logan Casera. 5 on the shot clock. Tam outside for 3. No good. Rebound picked up by Lambton. Bazzi picks it back off the ground. Logan Casera draws the whistle. And a pushing foul call will bring Logan Casera to the line to shoot for 2.
And you know what? I like the fact that the Saints are working for second chance opportunities, but my problem with both of these teams right now, they're not capitalizing on those opportunities, JP. St. Clair got bailed out with that foul, but once again, if you're going to get the rebound, if you have enough space so you go down the basket, kiss it off the glass and get an easy 2.
I agree with you on that. Logan Casera makes the first 2. The foul, by the way, was on Crow, her 3rd personal. Free throw attempt number 6 for St. Clair is good.
And remember, they were perfect from the charity stripe in the second quarter, so that brings them up to about around 79-80% for the game.
Indeed. 2 for 2 in the second quarter with St. Clair. Whistle called on the screen. Foul goes against Lambton, offensive foul.
Yeah, that's an illegal screen.
And already 3rd team foul for Lambton in the quarter. Foul going against Bigra. Janica Serra moved to Olechny. Down low, Logan Casera. 13 on the shot clock. Norbazi kicks it along. St. Clair moving the basketball. Inside, the shot no good. Taken up by the Lions. Crow intercepted by Bazzi. Bazzi gives it to Tam. Tam tries to keep it in, instead stepped on the baseline trying to save the possession.
Yeah, and I knew right then off that steal that the Saints transition play was going to falter a little bit because it was too strong of a pass. Nicole Tam was in motion as the shot goes for Taya Spears, it appears to be.
Yes.
But
Spears
the pass was too strong.
Yeah. Spears, though, with the shot. Janica Serra sets up the play. And a hard screen, Logan Casera crashes down. Check that Janica Serra. You can see Crow
My
with that
goodness.
hard screen.
Well, that's the second illegal screen we have seen in this game so far.
And that puts Crow into major foul trouble. 4 personal fouls. We're not even halfway to the third quarter. And next foul put St. Clair in the bonus, Aaron.
That's pretty brutal at this point, JP. You got one of the leading scorers for your team. They have to sit on the bench. This game's getting aggressive.
Crow entered tonight just under 15 points per game. Shot no good. Whistle blown. Out of bounds goes St. Clair down the baseline.
Good idea for Lambton to close down on St. Clair near the baseline. That's a place you do not want to be if you have the ball. If you're tight roping the sideline, 9 times out of 10, the opposition is going to double and triple team you to the point where you just can't move or you have to step on the line.
And another whistle foul called will set up the sideline inbound. So far, 4 personal fouls against Lambton in the quarter, 1 against St. Clair. Logan Casera now with 4 fouls, make it 3 fouls in this game.
She's in foul trouble at the moment.
Indeed, as the drive by Wade, the shot rolls in.
It's a good thing that shot went for her, JP, because after all the effort she's been putting on defensively, she finally gets rewarded with a shot near the elbow.
She was one of the positives in the first half with 6 points, but on 2 of 10 shooting. Both of those shots, though, from beyond the arc. Sizing up Yelechny. Tam on the pick and roll. Given off to Janica Serra. Logan Casera stripped away. Taken by the Lions. Halfway through the third quarter. Shot by Spears.
Oh, that's
dropped.
beautiful. What a fantastic pass.
Yeah, the ball movement has been very active all night, Aaron, from both sides.
Well, that's what Lambton needed. Remember the slow start they had in the first quarter? They needed to tighten things up, and this is the way to do it as Kaluta Mod misses the teardrop.
Wake picks up the rebound this time. 10-point advantage for St. Clair, 42-32. Drive. Down low, can't get the lucky roll. Logan Casera with the rebound, Janica Serra with the ball. Janica Serra up and under, off the front of the rim. Smart post move, just couldn't execute that time, Aaron.
Yeah, that's been the name of the game for both of these teams. Lambton has their transition game, and St. Clair, they have their woes with the second and third chance opportunities, or even just finishing it up now the basket.
And just 4 second chance opportunities in the first half. Rebound picked up by a couple Saints. Lions come away with the basketball for the bucket.
And that's what happens on broken plays. If you're the one that has the eyes on the ball off the collision, you're going to have that easy bucket.
Down low. Shot
That was
rejected
nice.
by the Lions. Tompkins ready to come into the game with Nor Bazzi.
How about Shelby Bigra coming alive here in the third quarter? That's just great timing and anticipation. Another look at the broken play. Bigras on one end scoring the 2 off the broken play. On the other end, capitalizing with a major block.
Saints inbound the ball with 16 on the shot clock. Meanwhile, Logan Casera Contested shot off the front of the rim. Taken back up by Lambton once more. Approaching 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Swan around the outside. Drive on the inside, no good. Tam reps down the rebound. Yelechny leads the charge once more for the Saints. Down low, quick shot off the bottom of the rim. Kickball violation. We'll see in our inbound. Barber, and hold on. The Lambton Lions originally were thinking of calling a timeout, but waved it off. Instead, the Barbers' share timeout is taken by Coach Andy Kissenko, as they look to discuss things in a 42-34 ball game, just around the midway portion, just past it rather, in this third quarter, Aaron.
Well, you know what? If I'm looking at both clubs right now, I'll start with St. Clair. The way I see it, they have to execute more wisely. They have to finish much stronger. We're seeing, I think we saw in 3 straight possessions, players are trying to go up and under for the layups, trying to outwit their defender. That's not going to happen, because when you have that depth right in front of you, you have to maneuver much harder and whatnot. That's why they're doing it. They have to finish strong. If I'm Lambton, I keep on pressuring them on the defensive end. You know how I made a couple of times that St. Clair was able to turn the ball over? It's because of positioning. It's the space. They pressured them right at the baseline. They pressured them right in the sidelines. So if I'm Coach Ross, I would continue what I'm doing defensively, because defense will win the game, and that will lead to their transition game, for which they've been capitalizing on since the beginning of the second quarter, to say the least.
Yeah, they've kept the game within reach. And what are you expecting from Coach Kiss out of this huddle at this point? You've seen a lot of discussion in terms of plays, for example.
Smarter basketball and smarter shot choices, honestly. I don't think any of these teams have connected on a three-point shot yet, and I think this is for the better for Lambton and St. Clair. Look at that.
Wide open for easy bucket. No defense off the inbound.
And if you're Coach Andy Kiss, that has to hurt you, because now it's a 6-point game off of a miscommunication on the inbound.
Alicia Moore with the bucket that time. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Saints lead by 6. Bazzi, the jump shot, can't get it a drop. Picked up once more by the Lions. Pushing the tempo once again. Move back up to the top. Bit of space. Yelechny backs off. Bazzi goes for the tight defense on Wag. 10 on the shot clock for Lambton. Pump for Wag. Free throw line, jump shot drains.
And like I said before, this is the quarter where Morgan Wag needs to step up, and she's been doing it so far. 4 points at least in this quarter is because of very good shot choices from passes.
Moved around the outside. Tam, meanwhile, finds Logan Cassera off the hand of Cassera and out. Substitution will bring Kelly Chauvin into the game for Tam. However, it's Lambton possession, 4-point lead for St. Clair.
And remember, it was a 12-point lead at halftime, and now Lambton, with the scoring surge, they could get themselves to within 1 of this possession.
Right now, just 4 points scored by St. Clair in the span of 8 minutes.
And 12 points for Lambton alone. That speaks a lot of volume.
Under 2 minutes to play in the quarter, 6 on the shot clock. Corner 3, just off the back rim.
That was a really good shot choice, honestly.
Bazzi, meanwhile, sets up the play, gives it off to Tompkins, tapped out of bounds. Stays St. Clair possession.
And look at Alicia Moore being active with their hands off those cross-court passes. You limit St. Clair's passing ability and be able to step up, you're going to get yourself back into the game.
Shot is good. Nor Bazzi brings the lead back to 6.
They count that as a long 2, and now Lambton has to execute on their own end.
Right now, Lambton going straight to the hoop, yes.
And this is why they're back into this game. Those nifty high-low passes, the ability to communicate, and now they find themselves back down 4.
Logan Cassera. Contested shot, can't get it a drop. Taken up by Pretty, fast break. Down low, Spears, misses, Wag, no good, taken by Tompkins. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Bazzi drives it to Logan Cassera. Pass to Bazzi, intercepted. Wang takes it back. Wag elects to keep it. Passes it off. Back to Wag. 13 on the shot clock. Wag draws the reach. Norbazi, second personal for the team in the quarter. Norbazi second. Count it, check that third. Substitutions will bring Janica Sarah and Kaluta Mod into the ball game for St. Clair with a fresh 14 for Lambton.
And Lambton's just in the driver's seat right now. A bucket here will get them close to the game since the opening minutes. And the way the game's been going so far, like I said, to start the second half, JP, it's been working in Lambton's favor.
The lead was as large as 14 points with 53 seconds to go in the first half. Wag can't bring it down to one possession game. Shot clock is off. Ahmad nearly has it stripped away.
Look at how Bigres was trying to fight off on Kaluta Ahmad.
Janica Sarah misses, no good. Final seconds of the third quarter. Wag taking it to the outside for three. Can't get the lucky bounce. After 3 quarters of play, the St. Clair Saints hold on to a 44-40 advantage. We're back with the start of the fourth quarter after these messages. You're watching We Digital Productions live from the St. Clair College Sportsplex in Windsor, Ontario.
Hey, Herman Moore here, Detroit Lions legend and 4-time Pro Bowl player. Hey, get your tickets and join me for the 15th annual Westby Awards on Tuesday, March 10th at the Caboto Club.
The 15th Annual Westby Awards are brought to you in part by Unifor Local 444, Lucier Glove and Safety, Hotham Building Materials, AM 800 CKLW, and We Digital Productions.
Looking at the OCAA Athletes of the Week, amongst them for badminton, Fanshawe represented Conestoga, but the main one to focus on, St. Clair women's volleyball, Selena Horst, featured as the Athletes of the Week in the OCAA.
They were able to pick up a couple of key wins this past week, and how about that big victory against the Fanshawe Falcons last week? That was a phenomenal game from Jimmy L. Turk and company, and now they're among the elite of the OCAA West.
Taking a look at Andy Kiss, discuss things. 44-40 the score after 3 quarters of play. Justin Prince alongside Aaron Sanders in the Months on Time broadcast booth. And don't forget, fans, that in early March, the OCAA Women's Basketball Championship is being hosted here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex, March 6th through 8th. Be sure to catch the action live on WeDigital.ca. Should be a fun championship weekend, Aaron.
And of course, hats off to the St. Clair College Saints Athletics organization for winning the bid and being able to put this event up together. St. Clair will be in the championships, but like what Andy Kiss and company has told us early on in the season, they don't want to take that spot for granted. They want to give everybody a reason why they're there.
It's talked about that every single game can matter for positioning. And good positioning for Lambton sets up a third chance. Ball tapped off the feet of 2 Saints. Lions have 13 on the shot clock.
And again, they find themselves in a good position to get back into this game. They never led, and the closest they've ever been to the game was a 2-point lead in the opening minutes.
Joechny with the steal, leads the fast break, the drive, the bucket. 6-point lead for St. Clair. That's a way to start the scoring off the corner, isn't it, Aaron?
And absolutely. You see St. Clair on the full court press. They didn't capitalize on the transition game that much, but it's a good sign when you see Anna Lichny drive for 2.
Spears lined up on the floor along with Pretty. Majority of the starting 5s on the court for both sides. Rebound picked up by Ahmad. Lichny moved to Janica Sarah, back to Tam. Tompkins and Ahmad round out the 5 for St. Clair. Tompkins can't get it to go. Ball tapped back. Joechny dives on it. Jump ball situation. St. Clair keeps possession. That's been the type of hustle we've seen all night, especially from Joechny.
In transition, and we've seen rarely that St. Clair would capitalize on the transition game here today. It's mostly Lambton's game, but again, a good sign for Lichny to get 2 to start the fourth quarter.
Lichny with 11 points on the night. Tompkins puts into a Barone. Approaching 90 seconds into the fourth quarter on We Digital Productions. St. Clair leads 48-40. Down low off the front rim, no good. Tam picks up the rebound.
Good anticipation from Tam.
Yolichny. Back to Tam. Inside traffic. Draws the whistle. Tam going to the line to shoot for two. They'll bring a couple substitutions in as well. Crow will come back in along with Bigraz. As you see down low, Tam draws it off Spears.
Well, it was a problem to begin with, JP. You're going right down near the basket. You see two Lambton players right behind her, not acting and closing out on the triple team. It was just only one person to get the job done as Nicole Tam misses the first free throw. If you're guarding Nicole Tam, the main onus is to not let her get the ball. And if she does, you better contest it in the best way you can.
Both free throws no good. St. Clair picks up the board. Fresh 14 on the shot clock once again. Ahmad back to Tam. They'll try it again. This time bounces off to Ahmad. 3 on the shot clock. Bounced around again. Diving for the basketball. Lions take it away. Bigraz drives it back outside. It's Wang. No good for the 3. Bigraz with the second chance to Wang off the grazing of the front rim. Battle for the basketball, jump ball situation. Stays blue basketball.
And we've seen a lot of that throughout the course of this game.
And why do you feel that is in terms of so many drawn jump ball opportunities and hustle plays and 50-50 opportunities?
To show the other team you have aggression. Remember, Lambton started off real slow defensively in the first quarter, and they've been picking it up in the next, let's say, 20 or so minutes. They want to show that they're not intimidated. And remember, they're so within reach of this game. So they've been doing a good job showing that aggression. And there it is there.
Tompkins back up the Tam. Goes out of bounds. Stays St. Clair possession. They say it goes off Spears. The level of aggression has stayed high all night long.
And I think it picked up much more when the second half started.
I believe so too. And a double dribble called. Going back the other direction on that play.
You know what's strange to me, JP? Lambton outscoring St. Clair at about around 14-10 since the third quarter. Now that's interesting. Low scoring affair, yes. But you got to imagine why it's a low scoring game. The defense.
And the defense is one of the best, mind you. Third in steals per game, second in blocks per game. Lambton, no good on the shot. Here comes St. Clair. Bazzi gives it off to Tompkins. Quick pass to Jenica Serra. Goes baseline for the drive and one. Count it. Jenica Serra with 9 points in the night has a chance to move to double-digit points after this foul.
And Kirsten Tompkins with the great eyes to give the ball up to Jenica Serra. She knew Bigraz was coming right towards her, and she put it right up and in.
So Bigraz with third personal foul of the night. Second team foul of the quarter. And the free throw drops. And once more, St. Clair's lead up to double digits. But as we've seen, it's gone to this point to around 12 to 14 points the lead. Then Lambton crawls back.
Yeah, absolutely. They're executing real well offensively, and we all know how powerful they are defensively. Foul on Kirsten Tompkins, it appears to be.
Yeah, reaching that time. First foul of the quarter for St. Clair. Tompkins is second.
You see, what Lambton is doing right now, JP, is they're letting the play breathe.
Yeah.
You rarely see that when it comes to these two teams, especially tonight. But the way Lambton's doing it, they're doing a good job. But the problem is they keep on attracting the defense for the double and the triple team. And when you're down to the corner, that creates fits. You need enough separation to get the play to go, like that pass right there.
Move back outside of Bigraz. 3 on the shot clock. Shot goes off the back of the stanchion. St. Clair possession.
And that's a crying shame, too, because Bigraz had the open look since the start of the play.
And hold on, check that. They say it went off with a deflection, I believe. Yes, they're going to give the ball to Lambton for 2 on the shot clock. And bounded directly into the bucket. No good. Fresh 14 on the shot clock. Shot goes up. And they'll wave off the attempt.
It didn't hit rim, so the clock would have expired either way.
So they give the full 24-second signal for St. Clair. Just past 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Bozzi lined up on the floor along with Logan Casera, Tam, Tompkins, rounding up the 5, Janica Serra. Bullet pass to Tompkins. Move back to Janica Serra to Tam. 10 on the shot clock. Bozzi outside for 3, no good. Picked up by the Lions on the rebound. Move back up by Pretty. Pretty passed away, goes out of bounds for the turnover.
And I was about to say they're doing real well on the cross-court passes, so this is the first turnover based off of that in the last quarter and a half.
Barber's chair timeout on the floor, 51-40 the score. Lions taking the Barber's chair timeout to discuss things once more as the offense is slowed down a bit. And the turnovers are starting to pile up in this fourth quarter. You mentioned it being fairly low, but the shot quality has also dropped a bit.
Absolutely, and for both of these teams, it's been working in St. Clair's favor. They're going near the basket, and for Lambton, they're shooting either based off the contest or they're just missing it out completely. So it's good. It's a good thing to let the play breathe, but you got to make sure you're confident into those shot choices. You don't want to do it when there's about 6 or 5 seconds left on the shot clock. So I think St. Clair has been doing a good job pressuring Lambton to shoot unnecessary shots, and is mainly the reason why they're up 11.
Don't forget, following after this game, men's basketball will take to the courts here at St. Clair College Sportsplex, where that matchup should be a fun one to watch as well. St. Clair tied for second in the West Division, battling the OCAA Championship host, the 7-8 Lambton Lions, 7th place in the division. That starts at Nesmith's tip-off at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch that on We Digital Productions. 6:17 to go in the fourth quarter in this matchup. Aaron, curious to see what Lambton does to adjust their half-court sets.
Well, you know what? Again, the reason why they've been able to get back to the game is their defense. I want to see how much and how powerfully they could execute their defense and try to get a transition basket in. If not, then St. Clair will run away with it.
Yelechny no good. Lions look to run it up the court. Moved up by Way. Slowing things down, running the offense. Hennion moved to the corner, to outside. Back inside it goes. Traffic, no good. Curl on the shot. Ball bounces around. Janica Serra holds on to it. Draws the jump ball. St. Clair possession arrow.
And if you're the Lions right now, credit to Cassidy Crow to try to tie things up with Casera, but keep in mind she's in foul trouble. One more foul and that will do it.
Tam tries to drive it, instead goes out of bounds. As you take a look at some of the young fans, some happy Saints fans in attendance tonight.
Could be a future Saint, you never know.
Indeed, but St. Clair tries to apply a bit of pressure. Logan Casera strips it away. Give it to Janica Serra. Approaching halfway to go in the fourth quarter. Down low, Norbazzi to Tam. The jump shot off the back rim. Spears has it stripped away, taken by Yelechny this time. Tam out to Bazzi. Feet on the line, no good. Taken by the Lions on the boards. Pretty has it poked away. Yelechny tries to strip it. Pretty tries it back in. Avoids one more reach. Still stolen away by Janica Serra. Wang with a hard foul up the floor. 13th foul of the quarter.
And like I said, Lambton's aggression has picked up since coming out of the clubhouse for the second half. That's just a good effort, but the problem is if you keep on piling up those fouls, that's going to be the reason why they find themselves out of the ball game.
Spears comes out of the ball game at the moment. Laisha Moore also into the game. Yelechny Moved out to Janica Serra, just avoids the steal. Out to Ahmad. Quick passing, Logan Cassera draws the whistle. She'll go to the line to shoot for 2.
And Kaluto Mon just finding Logan Cassera, nothing more to do.
And that's the night for Cassidy Crow. Crow's 5th personal. And the 4th team foul on that play. That is huge.
And it's a crying shame. She only scored 5 points considering she averages around 15 points. So she wasn't effective scoring-wise, but the Saints have been giving her fits defensively.
Second free throw, meanwhile, drops to make it 53-40. Lions set things up inside the pressure. Trying to get it across the timeline, pass forward just in time. Setting up more. Guarded by Yelichny. Move to one, offensive foul. Illegal screen for Pretty on the play. And for Pretty, that will be her 2nd personal. 15 foul, Saints are in the bonus.
Keep in mind, since it's an offensive foul, the Saints do not go to the line.
Saints move it around, Yelichny. Moved out to Janica Serra. Drives it through space, hard contact, offensive foul.
My oh my, and the Lambton Lions get one back. Great opportunity coming up as Anium comes right there, and she's been doing that the whole night. It's just a really great decision.
For Janica Serra's 2nd personal, 2nd team foul of the quarter for St. Clair. Under 4 minutes to play in the 4th.
Good pass.
Off the good pass, no good on the 3. Tompkins gets through 2 defenders. Yelichny back up to Logan Cassera. Logan, quick pass to Amon. Gets the lamp to drop.
That was real strong. How about the look and the reverse to finish things?
Bit of a feint to set up the opportunity, but St. Clair with the largest lead of the game, 15 points. Hedion drives it, makes it.
Kendall Ross wanted the foul right there, saying that one of the Saints players hit her on the head.
Tompkins from the corner, can't get it to go. Now a whistle called. Remember, St. Clair going to have a substitution here, bring Tam back in. Let's take a look at the pass.
Look at that. I mean, Logan Cassera, a nice heads-up pass, and Kaluto Mod was the only one uncontested to get the ball.
13 foul of the quarter on the play. See Enion with the play on their line side of the floor. Wang with the 3 off the back rim. And still a 13-point advantage for St. Clair. Offense is slowed down a touch once more for Lambton. 10 on the shot clock. Tam to Yelichny for the 3. Can't get it a drop again. Ready with another rebound. Boyd pass up to Wang. Down low Spears. Back to Wang. Space in the mid-range. This time can't get it a drop. Wide open up the floor. Janica Serra for the easy deuce. This point, Lambton might have a lot to discuss if they call a timeout, Aaron.
They find this lead down. They find themselves down 15 as the three-point shot doesn't go. Remember, they were only down 4 at the end of the third quarter, but St. Clair turned things up offensively, and so far they haven't been able to find answers as Logan Cassera gets the 2 to go.
Barber's chair timeout on the floor. 1 remaining for the Lambton College Lions. 59-42 to the score. But this Barber's chair timeout St. Clair expected this kind of urgency to try and pull off it away, have that happen.
And we've seen in the last few games. Hold on a second, JP. We got a new weekly show on We Digital. Saints Sports.
Yes, absolutely. And Jalen Harmon is this week's guest from the men's basketball team. Be sure to catch the Saints Sports Show on We Digital Productions. Heck of a player to have on the show, too.
Oh, absolutely. And this guy has been doing a tremendous job here this year. 10 points a game, 5 rebounds as well. And he and the Saints will have a big task going up against the Lambton Lions following this game.
Taking a look at some of the fans in the crowd in the final minutes of this ball game. But the point to get towards is this kind of aggression. You had to expect it from Andy Kiss, knowing him as a coach, wanting to try and put this game away.
Well, you know what? He realized that the Saints were slowing things down defensively, and they need a high-octane defense to start the fourth quarter. And they did just that. They were able to capitalize on what Lambton capitalized in the early stages of this game, the transition game. So they found some ways to get some more outputs, and mainly is because of the Caceres sisters once again.
Drive inside, good to make it a 15-point ball game from Wang. As Logan Gacera looks to try and set up one of the final plays of this night. Tam. Down low, Ahmad, kicked out to Logan Gacera. 8 on the shot clock. To Jenna Gacera for 3. Can't get the dagger to drop. Second chance falls. There's a reason why Tam has had a double-double tonight with rebounds and points, Aaron.
She's been the only one down of the paint for the rebounds and the box outs. But she's been doing much more on the stat sheets, too.
Take a look as no box out.
The only person to try to meet up with her was Shelby Begra, but she was right behind. If she would have grabbed a little bit more, it would have been over the back.
Approaching a minute to go in the fourth quarter. Shot for the mid-range, doesn't fall. Yolichny with the rebound. St. Clair looking to secure their third straight victory to move to 11-3 on the season. In prime position to do so, pending a miracle. Ahmad, no good, airballs it out. Taken up by the Lions, Wag with it. From 3, yes! Wag's been one of the positives again, especially from beyond the arc tonight for the Lions, but they're in a situation to drop their second straight and fall to 9-6, Aaron.
And it's tough when you're in that position. Remember, they came in 5th place. And you want to get in the top 4 to guarantee some sort of position come the provincials.
Indeed. Shot clock is off, though. Lions draw the foul. Ahmad pushing foul called, and that puts Lambton in the bonus with 9.7 seconds remaining. Wag with 15 points on the night.
Yeah, she did a tremendous job lighting up the scores in the third and fourth quarter alone. JP ended up with 6 at halftime, but she was able to pick up 9 more points altogether. And again, the positive factor for the Lions coming into this game.
Both free throws are good. Barber's sure timeout called by Coach Kiss in the final seconds of this game. And it's still a 12-point lead. So there is still the chances of something happening. Anything. It at least helps advance the ball.
Absolutely, and keep in mind too, Lambton's going to come in with a half-court press and try to get at least one more long bomb out there if they're able to get the steal. But
yeah,
I think at this point it's academic of what the results are going to be.
Remember, following this game, men's basketball action will take place at 8 p.m. Eastern, where the Lambton Lions take on the St. Clair Saints. Be sure to tune in on We Digital Productions. Should be an interesting one to watch to see who can come out on top of that one.
Absolutely, and keep in mind, St. Clair is playing against a team that will host the men's provincials less than a month from now. And Lambton, they got a lot of firepower into them, like a fifth-year forward in Jason Watts, averaging nearly a double-double, 16 and 9.2. Cam David, their rookie, has been clicking on all cylinders for the blue and white. It's going to be an interesting challenge for players like David Gomez Jr. and Jalen Harmon.
After the timeout, St. Clair looks to wind down the clock. St. Clair takes the victory, 61-49 the final. It's their third straight victory in a row as they get ready for the home stretch of the season. Post-game coverage coming up after these messages. You're watching OCAA basketball on We Digital Productions.
Mont's On Time Express has all of your delivery needs covered with a fleet of 50 vehicles, including cargo and sprinter vans, along with 24-foot straight trucks. It doesn't matter if the freight is big or small. Mont's On Time Express can guarantee safe and prompt delivery service throughout Canada and the United States. Licensed to broker freight throughout North America, Mont's On Time Express features same-day delivery service, along with a state-of-the-art dispatching system and live GPS tracking assistance. Mont's is fully insured and Canadian bonded and has certifications with FAST, CTAT, PIP, and SmartWay. Mont's On Time Express is open 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. To get your delivery moving, contact Mont's On Time Express at www.monsontime.ca or call toll-free at 877-250-8282.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex with the final scores. The St. Clair Saints 61, the Lambton Lions 49. I'm joined by the player of the game for the St. Clair Saints, Nicole Tam. Ended up with the double-double, 13 rebounds and 11 points. And Nicole, it was a very tough third quarter for you guys. What was said in the huddle to start the fourth quarter?
We just were told to stick together, stay as a team, follow what we were doing in practice, and thankfully we followed our game.
I mean, how does it feel to be back with the St. Clair Saints? You're about 2 or 3 games in. It must feel great.
Yeah, I had a year and a half off, so it's really good to be back. I really missed it, and I love my team, and I'm happy to be playing again.
Absolutely. Next week, you guys got a big task ahead of you. Sheridan and then the Humber Hawks. What's going to be the key, and what adjustments you hope to make for the next week?
We just need to stay playing as a team, keep passing the ball, play as a unit, and I feel like as long as we follow what we do in practice and stick to the game plan, we should be okay.
Absolutely. Well, Nicole, thank you for your time and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
She ended up with a double-double, and now I have Royal Church join me in just a few moments, but it was a terrific game, and I think the name of the game was defense for the next 20 minutes, and that's what Royal and I talked about at the halftime show. I think the defense really paid off for the St. Clair Saints.
Yeah, Aaron, they really picked it up in the fourth quarter. You could tell when he put in his 5 best players, they kind of dominated the game and scored 10 points in a row.
Absolutely, and this was a game where only 2 times both of these clubs scored under 10 points, but what was the key to this game?
Well, I think it was a well-played game, especially by Lambton. Throughout 3 quarters, they were keeping St. Clair contained. They weren't allowing them to break out and get up the floor in transition and score easy baskets. They were keeping them in a half-court offense, and St. Clair doesn't like to play that way. They don't like to slow the game down. They like to speed it up as fast as they can. Lambton prevented them from doing that, and I think that's why the game was so close for so long. And then St. Clair's skill and talent just overwhelmed Lambton in the last half of the fourth quarter.
And they outscored the Lambton Lions 17-9 in the fourth quarter, so that says a lot. All right, Royal, it's time to get started for Game 2 of our doubleheader. We'll see you in just a matter of moments, and we'll see you in a few minutes for our doubleheader. The men's Lions versus the men's Saints. It's going to be a good one. So stand by. You're watching We Digital, and we'll see you soon.